Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Elliott Wave News channel by wavestrategy.com, a learning series that we call it as Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. And I'm sure every one of you are doing fantastic on this day of Dhanteras. Wishing each and every one of you a very happy Dhanteras, a wonderful Diwali, and a prosperous New Year. I hope the New Year brings a lot of joy and blissfulness to each one of you. Yes, I'm wishing for joy and blissfulness and not necessarily a lot of money by trading, because that does not necessarily mean you will be much more joyful or blissful. So I wish for every one of the participant here, everyone who is watching me live on YouTube and on the platform on Zoom, a very, very happy New Year and a very happy Deepavali, a very happy Dhanteras, and we will ensure the learning will continue even beyond what we are doing today, and the learning should continue. That's why the every that's why we call it as a very wonderful trading gurukul, right? We are not calling it as any other name, we are calling it as a trading gurukul. It's an ecosystem where every one of you benefit in some or the other way, become a better trader, become more efficient, more risk managed way of trading that you can deploy, and learn different methods from the tools that I'm using. And in any ways and any way that I can be helpful for you, I am always here in front of you. At any point of time, you can reach out to me on Twitter at the rate Kyalashish. So I'll be more than happy to respond back, and I'll be more than happy to interact with each one of you as and when possible. I can't comment on everyone's participation here because there is a lot of chat. We have huge number of people participating, so do not worry about those things. You can always tweet out to me for anything and everything. Very quickly, we will now start with what's happening. This is somewhat 2077, and we expect Nifty to cross. So someone commented, let Nifty cross 15,000 in the news somewhat, but let's not do that, because the more irrational the market gets, the more stretched the spring becomes, and the more strong the unwinding will happen. Everything has to go up and come down to an extent. So everything goes in the steps of 5 waves forward, corrects in the steps of 3 wave backward, 5 forward, and 3 backward. That is how we want to do it. And that is why we call this as nothing but an Elliott wave pattern. So it has been a wonderful week. We have seen amazing move on the upside. And if you have been following my webinar, I turned bullish around 11,800 for a positional move on the upside. And so far, Nifty has not even closed below the prior day low. I think it's what, nearly around 9 or 10 days of trading sessions, and we have not seen a single close below the prior days of low. That clearly indicates and suggests that we are having some amazing up move for now from short term perspective. And when the cycles turn back on the sell side, we will know it here, because I keep publishing that in my daily morning research report. If you don't have access, you can get that under the Diwali offer which we are running right now. And we are also going to come out with 4 stocks for the Diwali picks that you can get for next year. So those 4 stocks, we will release it tomorrow before the Mura trading, that you can buy on the Mura trading, and that can help you to gain. But yes, with the stop loss is very important. So everything is coming with a risk management that is very, very crucial, and you have to understand that very clearly. Before we proceed further, let's take the wonderful polling that we do. Last time the polling did not went well. Many of you expected that the Nifty trend is going to be on the downside, more on the downside than on the upside, and Nifty continue to rise. Let's see what is the polling suggesting today. Where do you think Nifty will probably move by next Friday? So this is the polling. I've launched the polling for people who are participating with me on the Zoom platform, and the people who are there on the live on YouTube, they can simply participate in this poll by mentioning that, do you think the Nifty trend is going to, in the coming week, is it going to end the Friday, next Friday, up or down? You can mention up or down, so I know whether you are expecting it in up or a down move. Okay, so let us just see that what each one of you are expecting, and where is the Nifty trend going to be in the coming week. Okay, it's a very interesting poll. Again, very similar to what we had last time. Anyone wants to say what was the outcome last time that we saw on the polling? Anyone wants to share that across? Okay, so by the time you participate in the polling, another good news, the book which is written by me and co-author Smita Roy is finally getting distributed across. I got a hands on my copy as well, not yet. It's delivered, and many of the people have started receiving the book. Your feedback, your reviews are going to be wonderful, and this special Dhanteras offer is for you all, where you have been receiving the book that you have ordered. I'm glad that it's getting delivered and you are going to enjoy reading it. Do not worry if you have doubts, queries. I'm always there on the Twitter at the rate Kyalashish and YouTube channel at the rate Kyalashish. So that is going to help you to stay connected and keep learning from that book. Okay, I'm going to stop the launch of this polling right now, and we can clearly see 52% of the people are expecting Nifty trend to be up, and 48% of the people are expecting that the Nifty trend is going to be on the downside. Now, that's a very interesting polling that we are seeing today, that you are seeing still only 52% of the people are being bullish. I'm not sure what will make everyone to turn bullish, or maybe it is 13,000 that is going to turn everyone bullish. We will see that over there. So, okay. So you can clearly, I'm stopping the poll now, and I'm going to be getting back on the track. Okay, Sham is saying he has not yet received the book or the payment link. Yes, Sham, we are struggling with the publishing house. We are trying to get them work and get it delivered to the people as soon as possible. So I'm going to personally check. Sham, please drop me a message on my Twitter at the rate Kalashi, so I can personally check and push them to get it delivered to you. So don't worry about it. It's just started. In fact, I also have not touched the book yet, though, so it is just started. So it will be with you soon. Do not worry about it, Rajesh, Sham, Manjunath. I'm sure a lot of you are excited for that book. But yes, you will have to keep patience for a few more days. We are going to get it to you. Okay, let's move on to the markets now, and let's try and understand what's going to happen. Where is Nifty headed? How much wave G is going to travel? What is Ichimoku Cloud suggesting? Are we overstretched? Are we not? And a lot of those things. So before we move on, I want to share across. I published a research yesterday, monthly research. I normally publish it by 7th of every month, but I was waiting for some clue from the markets on where it is headed. And you will not believe, if you draw that 10 years of trend line and channel, the Nifty is exactly now at the upper end of the trend line of 10 years past. If you connect the 2009 onwards, the trend line and the channel, it's exactly at the upper end of that. But this is a very big trend line, right? If you move a bit up or down, the points can be 200, 300 points plus minus. That can always happen because it's a big trend line. Next, if you connect the tops, the past tops that you saw in March, you saw in Feb, and you saw in December or August, if you connect all of those tops and draw an extended trend line, the Nifty is exactly at that level again. That's very interesting. If you look at the price to earning ratio and connect the tops, it is trading at 35 level, exactly at that level. That is also very interesting. So all of these long-term charts are suggesting that we are at a crucial juncture. I'm going to share the chart, do not worry, but I'll not be able to share those charts because those are published in my monthly research report, Financial Waves monthly update. I'm not going to share across that because that's for the clients who are subscribed to that research report. And all of those things are exactly at that level. That's a very interesting study that I have come across and written in that research. I've also written about how this COVID is very different ball game, and you don't have to really worry about COVID cases because market does what it has to do. It continue to rise with the increase in the cases, possibly with the number of COVID cases coming down and with the vaccine coming out soon, the markets might change the tide. Who knows that? So I have explained that also in a much detailed fashion in the monthly research report. To share across, if you go to the website wavestrategy.com, and if you go, there is a special Diwali offer. You can simply click there, and once you click on that Diwali special offer, you will see all the prices, the reduced prices, only for a limited time period. You can go and avail that offer. Simply go here, you will get all of those details. You can simply go and get your copy of the monthly research report, the equity research, multi-bagger, lot of those things, and the Diwali Murat picks. Anything and everything that you want to get access to is shown across on wavestrategy.com, and you can simply go and select the Diwali special offer. There is a banner on the homepage. You can simply go and share that across, and you will be able to see all the details about how to get access to these various research that we have been publishing across. Okay, this is going to be only for limited period, so ensure you get hold of that. Let's now move on to the charts now and try and look at what's happening. So again, I'm repeating, you go to wavestrategy.com. Here is the link. Simply click here and you get access to it. Let me now share across what's happening with the charts. Where is Nifty right now? What do you apply? And Ichimoku Cloud. Yes, I talked about Ichimoku in my webinar, that Ichimoku Cloud is something that we will be looking at. So we are going to look at the Ichimoku Cloud as of now. Let me just drop down. So this is ME broker screen that you can see it here. I go to Ichimoku. Okay, Ichimoku in ME broker is not the correct one. I've created a new Ichimoku and I'm dropping it on the right hand side. I'm deleting my Bollinger Band for now. Okay, and I'm looking at an Ichimoku Cloud. That's a very classic way of looking at the market, a very important way, the way you can possibly see how it behaves. Let me go on a daily time frame first and check this chart. If you look at a daily time frame, since the low formed in March onwards, the prices have continued to move on the upside with a very clear protection from the cloud support that we have got at this juncture. There was a move on the downside within the cloud, but then the move came out very strongly back on the upside. So the daily bias remains positive. On the hourly chart that we are seeing right now, the hourly bias clearly suggests that the prices have continued to move on the upside, and it has continued to respect the cloud very, very well. Whenever prices come out of the cloud from the down back on the upside, it's a sign of a buy. That is the reason I turned bullish at around 11,800 odd levels when this high was taken out, and which was with a faster retracement that we see on a neo wave chart pattern. So the high was taken out with a faster retracement that you can see it on this chart. This was an indication that the buy is back on the track, and it is time that you can possibly start looking for buying opportunities on Nifty. A very clear indication was that the entire move, which is the Chiku span, the green line that you see here, came above the cloud. Prices came above the cloud. There was a retest of the cloud. Now this was a classic retest of the cloud. Let me zoom in for you. And if you can look at this chart, this was the level. Okay, if you look at this specific chart, this was the level which was a classic retest and would have been an indication to many of you to get out, because the move was very sharp on the downside, and this was based on the Trump tweet that everyone is catering to and talking about, that he is going to pause the election counting. There was a sharp decline, but only to reverse back on the upside, and the trend then continued. Nothing has resulted into the down move. And if you remember my last webinar, I talked about 33 hours, consecutive 33 hours, not a single time Nifty closed below the prior hour low. Only it was here when it closed temporarily, found support at the red line that you can see here, and continue to go up again. So that's like a classic indication that you saw that the overall trend has continued to be on the upside. Now on the daily time frame, Nifty has still not closed below the prior day low. Now these are simple, very simple but very strong trend following methods that I'm talking about right now on an hourly chart. An hourly chart suggests that the overall trend remains bullish. However, the cloud that you see here is too wide enough. When you see a cloud which is too wide enough, it indicates that prices have deviated too fast and too far away from the mean. That's an indication that the cloud gives. That's why some consolidation or pullback cannot be ruled out. Also understand, when Nifty is standing at 12,700 odd levels, the pullback can be easily 100-150 points. But where is the support going to be? The first line of support, if I have to ask you, or let me ask you, I want it to be an interactive sessions. It's not only me who is going to talk about it. Where do you think is the first line of support? The first line of support is the upper end of the cloud. Where is that support kicking in? Can you tell me? Where is that support kicking in? That support is kicking in somewhere around this zone. So can I say that 12,550 is the support zone, the first support zone on the upside? The next support zone kicks in near the lower end of the cloud. Now that's too far away. It's not very often that you see the support zone to be that far away, but yes, right now it is 12,250. That's too far away for now. The next support zone also kicks in when you see the lower red line. This is the line. This is also the support from where Nifty bounced back in today's session itself. That is the support. So this low is also the short-term support level, and this support level is somewhere around the zone of 12,600. If I remember it correctly, the low of today is 12,607. So the 12,600 becomes the support level on the downside. Can you see that? So what we are doing right now is we are profiling the market and understanding the areas from where the buying can possibly emerge. Okay, we are looking at the markets and trying to profile the market and understand that the buying can emerge around 12,600, 12,550, 12,250. These are the three areas to look at on the downside. Now this is purely from an hourly trading perspective. You still do not have a signal here. So for getting a signal, now you can drill down to a 15-minute chart. Let us try and go to a small time frame. This is ME Broker I'm using for your information in case. I really appreciate this software and it's very important. I've used all the charts in my book also from this software itself. So if I go on an intraday 15-minute chart now, I'm now going to look at this chart and try to gauge how it has behaved from the lows which was started from here on. Can you see that? Can you see on a 15-minute chart? This was the low which was formed exactly at the cloud when the Trump tweeted and the market collapsed in just 30 minutes. Not collapsed, but in a way it sharply moved down. Okay, so that's what it is looking like over here. From here on, we saw the move back on the upside, and prices are now witnessing a range bound movement. Price continue to move in a broad range. This is the range that you are seeing here. This is the range that you are seeing here. The low that you see on the downside around 12,550 continues to be an important level because this is also the lower end of the range of the market. What we are also witnessing right now is that, let me just clear off the screen. What we are also witnessing right now is that this is the lower end of the range that you have to keep a watch on. This is the upper end of the range. An entire price action that you are seeing here is possibly a triangle formation. In a triangle formation, unless you see a break either above these levels or below these levels, it can just simply drag. That's why it is important for you from a positional trading perspective to wait for the markets to take a stand. From an intraday trading perspective, what you can possibly do in this market is apply Bollinger Bands. So when the prices move towards the lower end of the band and start bouncing back, you buy. But understand this in the sideways range, there can be some whipsaw around up and down levels, can trigger your stop losses either side. You might make little, lose little, but once the trending move starts, you need to keep a watch on for that capitalizing on that trend. Now with this information in mind, which indicates that for me to get a very good trade setup for a positional buy, which level do you think is going to be important on the upside? Can I say 12,770 is the level that you have to keep a watch on? Because that is where we saw the high 12,770 to 12,780 levels on the upside. So that is the level that you have to keep a watch on, 12,780 to just giving some leeway. And which level on the downside I have to keep a watch on? 12,550 was the level, and this low is also around 12,570. So 12,550 is the level that you have to keep a watch on the downside. As long as prices sustain below these levels of 12,780 and 12,550, the range bound movement can continue. Just in case it breaks 12,550 on the downside, it will indicate the first set of profit booking has now kicked in, and there can be some serious up and down volatility that you can witness. What you have to observe, I'm going to be very clear right now. If the move on the downside, if that happens, is sharp and fast, yes, we can then start seeing some consolidation toward the lower end of the range. Can you tell me what was the range that we derived? The next level below 12,550, what was the range? Anyone, please. I want you to participate and tell me what was the level. 12,250 was the level that we derived, right? So 12,250 to 12,300 can be the range. I'm giving some leeway around that level. Move below this with, if it is sharp and fast retracement. This is known as a two-stage confirmation as per neo wave logic. Okay, then and then only you expect this to happen. But if the move from here is slower, dragging down and taking a lot of time, this will not happen. You need to keep a watch. Is it sharp and fast? Then yes. Slower, taking more time, then this can just be an X wave or a fourth wave or some kind of a wave, and then the up move will come. That's one setup that I've talked about right now. The next setup is, if the up move gets broken faster here on 12,780, gets taken out sharply higher and sustains there. What is the target? The target is the width of this triangle. So that should be achieved. And that target you can derive. I'm not giving you everything in this. You can get access to my morning daily research report for that. The width of the target, if you project it on the upside, you will get the target's level if 12,780 is taken out decisively. In case we are stuck in this range, then the Ichimoku can continue to be sideways, and we anyways know it is stretched for sure, because if you go on an hourly cloud, the hourly cloud is too thick to sustain. Whenever in the past, if you check, the hourly cloud turned too thick and price deviated too far away, there was a sharp reversal on the downside. Look at that. Whenever prices moved up too far and too fast, it resulted into a sharp reversal on the downside. Okay, I'm not telling you to bet on the short. I'm telling you the risk that you are right now associated with. This is the risk. So this is the market at current juncture. You will be looking for booking quick profits and making use of a strict stop loss because it is too sharp and too fast. Same thing happened here. Look at that. Prices came up and deviated too sharp from here on the upside, and then we saw a huge decline back toward the lower end of the cloud. So there is a possibility we go up and then there is a sudden reversal at least towards the this end of the cloud. That's a possibility, and if that gets breached, that becomes a support. So this is how we derive the stop loss and targets, and how do we look at the market using pattern along with Ichimoku Cloud and Neo Wave combination. What is Neo Wave? Two-stage confirmation I am talking about. From Neo Wave perspective, let us try and understand what's happening with the market. I'm sure you are expecting me to tell that the markets are at the lifetime highs and I'm still counting this as a bear market rally, or is it a bull market? First of all, let me clarify. There is a bull market and a bear market itself is a very relative concept. For someone, a 3-year of or a 4-year of up move is a bull market. For someone, 6 months of up move is a bull market. For someone, 1,000 points on Nifty on the upside is a bull market. So you need to really decide for yourself, what is a bull market for you? Is it a 6 months of up move? Is it 1,000 points of up move? Is it 3 years of up move? What is a bull market that you are looking at? For me, this move on the downside. So there are a few who do not possibly understand Neo Wave or Elliott Wave, do not understand the fact that this can also be a flat pattern. A few of you who understand flat pattern, can you tell me, do you understand flat pattern? What is a flat pattern? Irregular flat pattern. If I have to ask you one simple question, what is an irregular flat pattern? Irregular flat pattern. Do you know what is an irregular flat pattern? Okay. an irregular flat pattern. If you don't know, okay, Karan does not know irregular flat pattern. Karan, why don't you drop? I have seen you in every of my webinars, Karan. It will be pleasure for me to share across Elliott Wave video links with you. 6 hours of Elliott Wave video links. Why don't you tweet across about this webinar and get that video links from my colleague? So do that. Tag me at the rate Ashish, hashtag AK Trading Gurukul, and I'll share across the 6 hours of video link for irregular flat pattern. If you don't know and you're attending my webinar, that's not done. An irregular flat pattern is what I'll just show you. It's a 335 correction. In this, you have a 3 waves on the downside, 3 waves on the upside, and the 5 waves on the downside. This is the point. Now, this can be 5 up. So you completed, say, wave 1 here. This is A, this is B, and this is C. This pattern which starts here and completes here is known as an irregular flat correction. This is also known as a what? Elongated wave B correction. That's correct, Sunil. Elongated correction, absolutely. So this means that the previous high can be taken out and this can still be a part of a corrective move. Now, someone who does not understand Elliott wave will not appreciate this concept and say that markets are at lifetime high and I'm talking about corrections. That's the problem. Please get your concepts right on Elliott wave and on Neo wave before you discuss things with me. Absolutely, Nilesh. This is known as a strong wave B, and this is what Nilesh is from the mentorship batch of Fab and Fabulous. So this is strong wave B, and post B completion C should come. I still stand with my stand that this is only wave B and C will come on the downside. This is my medium term outlook for the markets. Over short term, the move on the upside is too sharp and fast. We need to wait for distribution to happen. And if you connect the previous stops together, okay, I'm just going to show it to you. If you connect the previous stops together from this point onwards, you know where we are right now. If you go to a weekly chart and connect the 10-year of rally, you will know where we are right now. If you look at the GAN levels, and if you look at that GAN level, I have derived and mentioned it in my monthly research report, you will know where we are right now. So I'm simply saying that markets are irrational. It can continue to go up beyond because this is a mania, and the mania can have no targets. I have given one level, very important level in my monthly research. You can get hold of that research. Am I making sense to each one of you right now? So this is how you can combine Ichimoku Cloud, the patterns that we just now saw, wave theory that we are seeing in order to derive the overall context of the market and take a trading bet. I'm saying that for positional longs, you have to be careful. For intraday, you can keep buying opportunities looking at a 15-minute Ichimoku Cloud. This is an hourly chart I have talked about right now. Okay, making sense? Also, one very amazing thing, let me clear off the screen and share across an amazing channel with you all, since you are all here and this is an auspicious day of Dhanteras. Connect these lows together, take a parallel to this and draw a channel on the upside. Where are we right now? Can you see that? I'm going to make this as a thick trend line. That is where we are standing as of now. I'm only reading out the chart. I'm not telling you what to do. Up to you how you want to take this. I'm giving you the information. I've talked about Ichimoku Cloud. I've talked about channels now. I've talked about wave theory. And from the wave perspective, you might be expecting that where are we? This is wave B. I've shown an possibility of what is the wave count in my morning daily research report. You can refer that for the exact wave count, that because of this up move, how the wave has changed, how the pattern might have changed, but the outlook still remains the same. Okay, how the pattern might have changed, but the outlook still remains the same is what I have talked about as of now. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to take a few questions now, and I'm going to stop the screen sharing. You can see me here. Am I making sense to you? Whatever I have talked about right now, the crucial levels. Okay, let's just repeat on what all things that we did right now. What are the crucial levels? Can you give me the 3 crucial levels that you just now discussed on the chart? What are the 3 crucial levels that we talked about? The first level, can you Please write it for me. The first level that we discussed on the chart, 12,550 is the important support level. Why? Because that's the cloud support, the first cloud support. Tell me the second level, 12,250. Why? That's the next lower end of the cloud support. If the prices retrace the last rising segment in faster time, which means there is a sharp decline below 12,550, there is a possibility we might go towards the lower end of the cloud. But if it goes slower and slower and slower on the downside, which will mean that we are not going that deep on the downside. Am I making sense to you? A slower fall indicates an X wave formation as per neo wave logic. That's done. What is the third level that we derived on the upside that you have to keep a watch on? What is that level? 12,780. So 12,780, because after that high is formed, Nifty is consolidating in a very narrow range, and we are yet to see a break above that level. Once that 12,780 gets taken out on the upside, where do you think Nifty is headed? The target is derived from the widest part of the triangle pattern and projected on the upside. So if that is the case, can you possibly later on go on the Twitter and share across your target levels based on what we derived here? Can you do that? My Twitter handle will be @Ashish. You can simply do that. Isn't that interesting? Very objective, irrespective of Biden won the election or Trump would have won, irrespective of who won in Bihar, irrespective of vaccination that has come out. So many things have happened in this past 1 week of time. And despite of vaccination coming out, Pfizer stock was up by 20%. On that day, opened up 20%, and then boom, on the downside. Closed there were just 2% higher. That clearly showcased it is not working, right? So something like that you have to take care from the wave theory. Before we move on, I'll take a few questions. Also, I launch a poll on the mentorship via my, okay, I'm stop sharing the results. Here, I'm going to launch a poll on the mentorship. My mentorship is starting now on 21st of November. Here is the link in front of you. And someone who is there on the YouTube live, you can participate in the polling or simply register for the mentorship program on the link that my colleague will share across. And that program, you can clearly see number of things that we discuss. So if you simply look at, if this one thing can give you so much of information, so much of detail about how to combine the wave theory with Ichimoku Cloud for trade signal on intraday perspective. Imagine if you have so many concepts in place, how much easy it will be for you in order to possibly learn in 3 to 4 months of time. So here is the mentorship link that I've shared across right now. You can simply go and register. So if you're live on YouTube, you can participate. You can't participate in the polling that I'm doing, but you can simply go and fill the form. Are you able to see people on YouTube? Are you there with me? Are you able to see the link that I've shared across with each one of you? Give me a big yes if you are there and you're enjoying this session. Friday at 4 is purely for you all, because I have taken out a huge responsibility of ensuring every one of you become a better and a wonderful trader. That is what I am doing by doing these things. So you can simply go across and participate in the polling, or you can simply, I'm sharing a link across, you can do that, and you can register for the mentorship program if you are interested. It starts right in next 8th day. The mentorship is going to be there for nearly around 4 months of time, and we are forming a trading Gurukul together. A Telegram group is already formed in place, and whoever registers today will get access to Master of Technical Analysis program. You get access to Elliott Wave video links. You get all right now today itself once you register for this mentorship program. So up to you. You can simply fill in the form. My team will contact you immediately today itself, and you can go and get all the details about this program, and you can enjoy the session and really understand how the market moves in a scientific fashion. In fact, in my video with Vivek Bajaj, I have talked about आपको सोचना होगा कि आप मार्केट को चलाते हो या मार्केट आपको चलाता है. I have given enough proof in that video. That was a fantastic video. We got more than 70,000 views already on that video. You know that it was simply fabulous. So, and it was in Hindi. So I never thought that I'm going to speak such a fluent Hindi, but but I managed. So that was the session. And you have to really think. Do you think you move the market, or you think the market moves you? That's the question that is going to be raised up in your minds when you start doing this mentorship program. So as I said, whoever registered for the mentorship program today will get access to that master of technical analysis and access to Elliott Wave video links today itself, and the learning starts right now as soon as you register. So that's what I wanted to share across. I'm stopping the poll now over here. And fantastic. Okay, Kiran is asking, can I share the link? Okay, here is the link of the program, and you can simply go. Here is the link of the mentorship. Just give me a second, and you can simply go and register on the mentorship. My colleague will share across the PU link with you on the chat here. So can you please do that, so that anyone who is interested can share across and go and register for the mentorship. Thanks, Mansi, for doing that. And yeah, that's it from my side. I'll take a few questions. I can see Q&A. Unless you will say time to buy market, market will not come down. Okay, I'm not saying it's time to buy market, Jitendra. I'm not doing that. I'm saying it's buy from intraday. From positional, it's time to be, you know what. Okay, is Nifty hourly chart a flag or a pennant? It looks like a triangle to me as of now. It's a triangle. Okay, short-term moving of last 5 years, I'm not sure. New money is only responsible for bullishness. Absolutely, Jitendra. I completely agree with you. These are Robinhood traders, right? Sure. And yeah, these are the levels we have given up. And nearby GAN level, Devashish has mentioned that GAN level on my monthly research. So by the way, Devashish, you can get access to this monthly research at a steep 40% discount under the Diwali offer. You simply go to wavestrategy.com, click on that Diwali offer link, and you can simply go and get access to that. It was published just yesterday, and it's a wonderful research. So I would highly recommend you go there and get access to that, and also the morning research reports and various things, and the Diwali pick in case that is of interest. Kaushik is asking how to use for intraday short-term trading and even option trading. Kaushik, you can simply drop in your details and my team is going to get in touch with you, or you can simply visit, as I said to Devashish, you can simply visit there and you can and then get access to any of those whichever that interests you, whatever that interests you. You can simply do that. My colleague Mansi is going to get in touch with you and she will explain you how to go about it. Okay, a few more questions from the YouTube. I am as a trader, can I make fresh buying? Anuradha, fresh buying now. What's your time perspective, Anuradha? If your time perspective, it's important, right? People ask me what to buy now for Diwali Murat. I can't reveal that, right? That's my business. That's my bread and butter. I'm going to publish it to the clients, so you can get access to that. But if you are a trader, trader from what time frame? So that's a very important question you should be asking. Are you a trader from 1 day, 2 days perspective? Are you expecting to buy from 6 months perspective? What is your trading time frame? That is very important. So you'll have to drop me your details or maybe tweet it across at the rate Ashish, and I will explain you what's the outcome is going to be basis of your trading time frame. Okay, wonderful guys, and I hope I've answered the questions. I can't take any more questions. Wish you all a very happy Diwali, happy Dhanteras. May you become a joyful trader and a wonderful trader. For many of you, I'm going to see you on next Saturday on the mentorship plan, and you are going to thoroughly enjoy the way we are going to live nearly around 40-50 hours of learning that is going to happen. 40-50 hours of learning is going to happen approximately, because we are going to give you access to a lot of videos and links also. And that's it from my side, and have a wonderful time. See you again, and you can get access to these Diwali offers and the Diwali picks from wavestrategy.com, or contact us on 99204 22202. Before you leave, if you are on the YouTube and you like this video, ensure you subscribe there. There is a button on subscribe. Do that. And we are approaching that 10,000 mark on YouTube. That's wonderful. Thank you, every one of you. Because of you, it is possible. And do click on that bell icon so that you keep getting the alerts as in when I go live, as in when yesterday also I was live for some time. So ensure you get bell icon so that you keep getting alert. And if you enjoy the video, do share it across with your friends and colleagues. And have a wonderful time. And God bless you all. Thank you very much.